Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. BlueDragonFive here with another thrilling installment of Disney Debates, Star Wars Edition. And boy, it's been a long time ago since we talked about a galaxy far, far away. Tonight's intergalactic roster includes the following. Who should be the next Star Tours captain? Best Han Solo moment, and most mythic moment in all of Star Wars. All right, folks, time to board the Star Tours liner because the next stop is our arena. You've traveled an ocean of stars to meet tonight's contenders. So let's greet them. In this corner, folks, believe me, this little farm boy's gone a long way from drinking blue milk and staring at twin sunsets. And don't be surprised if he's the last Jedi standing. Give it up for Tiki!
Dragon, blue milk's not the only thing I'm drinking tonight. Do you hear that? You hear that clinking?
It fills me with fear right now.
It may or may not be alcoholic, but yes, it is alcoholic.
Anyway.
Drunk Disney debates. Woo!
Oh, good.
At least Hipster Donald's not joining us. That'd just make it.
I can't guarantee that Hipster Donald. No, I don't have Hipster Donald.
Yes.
Webcam, so.
Yes.
And in this corner.
Dragon, I'm sorry. Really quick, I appreciate how you worked in The Last Jedi with my intro because I love The Last Jedi unconditionally. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that.
Yeah. I do appreciate it.
All right. And in this corner, a presence we haven't felt for a long while. Tell General Grievous to put all four of his hands together for SandyClaws!
Well, enough that actually works with General Grievous.
Well, I guess so, doesn't it?
All right.
Yep, yes, it does.
And in this corner, he's tough as a Wookiee, yet polite as a protocol droid. Grab your lucky space dice. It's Jacob Wile.
Hello, everybody. I'm drinking water.
All right, folks, how we doing?
I'm drinking vodka spiced with 7-Up.
Good
Just
for you.
so folks know that it's not a product placement. He's just actually drinking that. Okay.
No, I'm just telling you what I'm drinking. I am drinking vodka and I am drinking 7-Up together. Yay. Anyways.
How we doing, boys?
Fine.
All right.
I really hope to have a fun time tonight. That was really bad. That was really bad.
Sandy, I can still smell that one hanging in space right there. That's really not. That's not good.
That's bantha fodder right there.
Okay. All right, so I guess a little refresher for those playing the home game or joining us for the umpteenth time, or any newcomers to the fray, I suppose. All right, a little refresher of the rules and regulations. Well, it's been a while for Sandy here. Okay, folks, so 3 rounds, 3 questions. Go through those. After the third round, we will begin our optional segment that we have on each of our shows now. We're going to use just the brand for Star Wars this time, the Cantina coin.
Ooh.
Of course, the Cantina
coin.
Yes, the Cantina coin. Yeah, basically, it's the coin that Han Solo paid that guy with after he shot Grievous. That's the Cantina coin right there.
That's exactly the coin we're using. Yes.
Yeah.
Never has there been a greater coin of scum and villainy.
Exactly. Precisely. Okay, and folks, the way that works is no, it doesn't get you scot-free away from murder. No, it doesn't do that. With the Cantina coin, basically, it's an optional function that each of our guys will be able to use or not use at their discretion. We'll go in the order once it's established. And if it lands heads, they get a point. If it lands tails, they lose a point. That's the risk, and that's the fortune that is available to you with the Cantina coin.
Ooh.
Of course, after those 3 rounds, we'll hit the speed round, which is 30 seconds, and then 15-second rebuttal. The order which we're going to be approaching our main round questions goes as it always does. We're going to go around. Everyone's going to reveal who they have. And then we're going to go around again. They will give their opening statements. And the opening statements, I really want to hear kind of the why you picked what you did and basically give all the glowing remarks, kind of the what and why a lot of that in the opening statement. Then you guys will fight it out until I've heard enough. And then my little trusty co-pilot here does this thing, which means I've heard enough, and it's time, and it's Judgment Day, essentially. All right, boys, do you understand these rules as I have explained them to each of you here this fine evening?
I think
My
I got
friend
it.
doesn't like. My friend doesn't like them. I don't like them either.
You'll be dead.
No, I'm going to be dead at the end of this debate.
Sandy, do you understand these rules if I've explained them to you? Do you hear?
Sorry, I have my headphones off. Can you explain them again?
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Yeah, I understand.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the randomizer, folks, because we want to make sure.
Randomizer.
Of course, folks, are in alphabetical order here to ensure complete and utter randomness, like Vegas, essentially. So let's hit the button. Let's see who goes when. Most likely going to be Jacob, but let's see. Maybe fate will invert itself this time.
Well, we're actually running off of mine this time, so hey, my computer actually likes me.
I was right. Jacob did have the lucky dice after all.
It's like, what do you know? Like my computer, since I'm running off my computer, it must actually like me this.
I do wonder though. What if it's like El Dorado and the dice are loaded? Okay, anyway.
So, Dragon, have you already explained what the first category is?
I'm about to reiterate the question, then we're going to get to the question numero uno here. All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. Which Star Wars character should captain the Star Tours next?
I chose appropriately Han Solo.
Right.
It's a trap.
That's Han Solo. Get it right.
That's a trap. I've chosen Admiral Akbar.
Akbar.
And I chose the ever-droll K2SO.
K2SO. All right.
It's actually a really good option.
All right, so guys, it's pretty straightforward here for you and the folks at home. Just this is like after Captain Rex and after C-3PO, which any character in all of Star Wars was able to basically submit their resume, let's say, for the Star Wars liners, and these are who we got. So let's start with Sandy. Sandy, opening statement. What do you got for old Han Solo?
Oh well, I mean, Han Solo pretty much, his character, his attitude, pretty much speaks for itself. I mean, I think obviously you'd be I'm picturing you'd be flying one of the a stolen ship of some sort. Han Solo is trying to figure out how everything works. At the same time, he still has his old good looks and charm as he's never giving the odds to any situation. It's pretty much it right there.
Okay.
An opening statement, right?
Yeah, it's an opening statement, all right. Yeah, okay. So, Tiki, what do you got for old Akbar?
All right, so Admiral Akbar, I feel like already fits in very well into the Star Tours canon, as you can already see him in the queue. So we've already established that Akbar works with Star Tours. What I love about Akbar is that he's like the old reliable, right? Like I feel like Akbar is kind of like the perfect bridge between these other two choices, because K2SO, I feel like, is a little bit too familiar to Captain Rex or to C-3PO, where it's like you need to get something different from the droid. Whereas Han Solo, I feel like with Han Solo, you're making too much of a leap and you're putting a character that's a little too iconic into that pilot seat. With Admiral Akbar, I feel like it's kind of the perfect like melding point to the middle between these two characters. He's a memorable character. He's a well-known character, but he's a character that deserves to get a little bit more screen time and deserves to have a little bit more focus shined upon him. And with his navigational skills, and of course with every ride coming complete with an "it's a trap" moment, I feel like an Admiral Akbar Star Tours could be a real hoot.
All right. K2SO. Let's see what he's got.
I mean, I will concede that The only similar aspect of between C3PO and K2SO is the fact that he's a droid, but the fact that they're both droids, but the fact that they have both completely different personalities would make a complete give it a complete fresh coat of paint. Like the opposite personalities and such would provide a fresh coat of paint. Like even if you could interchange between K2SO and C3PO, it would be, or if you could even have them both piled, that'd be great. K2SO has this charming yet droll personality, and he's actually capable of flying. So it's like they could provide both an entertaining and exhilarating ride. And with the comedic timing and skill of Alan Tudyk and the clever sharpness of the writers, it would be great to have there. And like great, it would be a great addition to Star Tours, and like Star Tours, it would be a great pilot to have.
Hey guys, try to kill each other in space, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Space.
Pigs in space.
All right. Like I said, I think if you're looking for a new captain in Star Tours, yes, the only difference, the only similarity between the three would be the fact that they're droids. However, that is the thing that I think Sandy and I are kind of both sort of approaching this from, is that I feel like K2SO is also, he's the most popular character from a very niche movie. And so just for that reason alone, he's not iconic Star Wars. Like, I feel like more people just know who Admiral Akbar is, if anything else, from the It's a Trap meme, than K2SO on a grand level, because Rogue One is one of those movies that you watch a couple times and then only the diehard Star Wars fans are going to be really devoted to Rogue One. And with Admiral Akbar, I just feel like it'd be a great opportunity for him to get outside of that meme, still have the big moment in the middle of the ride, the big It's a Trap moment for sure, but really show off the heroic side of Akbar, show off the strategic and cunning side of Akbar.
Sandy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable with a squid driving my spaceship, but
whoa!
I guess
to
to each his own. We're comfortable with an experienced space pilot driving my space vehicle. Then old fish lips over here.
Okay, so
as for the droid, I don't think Han Solo would be very comfortable with C-3PO or any droid of any type flying a ship. Yeah, I'm sorry, but these two just I'm sure don't have the capabilities. Admiral Akbar, I'm sure he's
Han Solo racist. That's basically your argument. Han Solo should be the captain of the Star Tours because he's the most racist.
Technically, to be fair, I think Sandy's more racist than Han Solo.
Well, he did win the space race, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it.
What are you talking about? The Kessel Run? Is that the space race you're referring to? What?
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know.
What?
I haven't seen Solo, a Star Wars story.
He did it in like 9 parsecs, Sandy. It was well below 12. Spoiler alert.
I don't care because I'm not going to see the movie.
He's underselling the 12 parsecs thing, Sandy. Doesn't that blow your mind? That just shows how humble Han Solo is.
Yeah, but this is an older Han Solo. This is an older Han Solo who's changed.
Okay, wait, are we doing Harrison Ford now, Han Solo? Are we doing like on the brink of his deathbed?
Oh, we are not freaking doing the guy from that Solo movie. We're not doing him. No. This is old man Harrison Ford Han Solo.
So we're doing old man Harrison Ford Han Solo. Really, we're going in that direction because with my Akbar is set right after Episode 6, when the galaxy is at peace and Star Tours gets created in the first place. Because
I'm sorry, but Akbar is dead, Tiki.
Okay, first of all, I just want to point out
Han Solo is dead,
but he's alive in our hearts, so that counts more.
Especially if you're using old man Solo.
All right, guys, I need this to infuse. Just bear in mind, all of your characters are dead. technically. Okay, bear in mind that all of your characters are dead.
Okay, that's the
Yes.
reason, like, because K2SO has like what? Like he has like a couple things he does in Rogue One, and then that's it. Then he just gets killed off. Like at least Akbar and Solo have a legacy behind them.
Hansa, Akbar gets sucked out into space in The Last Jedi.
Spoiler alert.
And that's what I'm saying.
Not as dignified, not as dignified of a death as K2SO's was.
Yes, but Akbar just I just feel like we really I just feel like on a grand scale, like K2SO, if you ask, like, I feel like more people know Admiral Akbar by name and by design than K2SO by name.
I think and while we're talking about like expanding beyond what they're known for, like why not give K2SO the chance? I mean, like if he's only known for Rogue One, like why not give him a chance to shine in Star Tours? Like have him shine his personality there.
Because it forces Star Tours to be set in a certain time period. That's why. Like it forces Star Tours to be set pre A New Hope, and that's really awkward from a storytelling point of view. Whereas with both Han Solo and Admiral Akbar, you can have it be set anytime from the original trilogy to The Force Awakens, essentially.
Let me just say that Admiral Akbar is about as capable as of driving a complex spacecraft. He's about as capable as the Pillsbury Doughboy, okay?
He was a captain. He just gave orders. He never even piloted.
Yeah, plus
but he's a hell of a navigator, though. He knows when there's trouble. We all know that. God damn it, we know. Akbar senses there's a trap, all right? How can you not tell me that Akbar wouldn't be capable of this?
Let me just say, Akbar senses that it's a trap getting into the spaceship he's about to drive us all through. Han Solo knows it's a trap, but he knows he's going to get out of it alive because
Akbar he's like got decades worth of experience in the Space Marines or the space military or whatever the hell. Han Solo is a deserter, all right? Say what you will about his natural piloting skills, but Sandy, spoiler alert, in the Han Solo movie, not only does he desert the Empire, but he also like slaughters a bunch of Empire children.
That's
okay.
Okay.
Those children must have been Akbar's children because he wouldn't do that.
No, I'm just saying, like it's a mirror of the Attack of the Clones scene, Sandy. It's like he's saying to Emilia Clarke, it's like I murdered all the Empire scum, but not just the men, but the women and the children too.
Now he's making the crap up right now.
Yes,
no, what's it? No, Han Solo does not like the Mon Calamari people. All right, so it must have been Empire Mon Calamari.
Would Star Tours even hire Han Solo in the first place? Because Han Solo is a known criminal. He's a known smuggler. They know that he's going to have Boba Fett after his ass. Admiral Akbar is a professional, my friend. Admiral Akbar like radiates professionalism. Like you cannot.
You never want to have someone who's too perfect, or everyone will hate him.
Wouldn't Akbar have the Empire after him?
Okay, yeah, but technically you could say the same thing about people like C-3PO.
Well, yeah, so it's another similarity.
But also with K2SO, like I said, K2SO is a deserter of the Empire. So therefore,
technically he wasn't deserted. Technically, he didn't desert them. Technically, he didn't desert them. His mind was wiped.
Who doesn't want to have Harrison Ford drive them through space? That would be amazing.
Okay, but okay, Sandy. Also, I just want to get it in before we get the R2 off. Harrison Ford hates seeing his likeness in theme parks, and he absolutely refuses to do it, and that's why you never see him in Indiana Jones Adventure. Like the Indy you see in Indiana Jones Adventure is not to the likeness of Harrison Ford, and it works on Indiana Jones Adventure because of the lighting. But I feel like if you're in a Star Tours cabin with a Harrison Ford animatronic that's legally not supposed to look like Harrison Ford, that's very problematic. Like I said, I feel like Akbar is just kind of like the most professional, safe choice. He might be the most vanilla, boring choice in this option, but I feel like he's realistically the one that we would go with, both in terms of like a logistical, like in-universe point of view, and in terms of like how Disney would want to approach it.
I just believe that. I'm just going to. I just like believe that K2S is like his overall personality and like his skills and everything would lend itself perfectly to the ride. I mean, as likely as even as an alternative to C3PO. Like even if they like switch him out every now and then, it's like it'd be a great.
That's the thing, though. It's like we're trying to switch up Star Tours. We're not trying to keep Star Tours at status quo here. And like I said, I think with Akbar, there's definitely a fine line. You know, that's like Akbar is a familiar character, but he's not like iconic like Harrison Ford.
Let me just say that this would not be your regular Han Solo likeness. This would be Han Solo wearing a mask.
Oh God! Oh God!
And to admit it yourself, Tiki, the Akbar would be the safe choice. I mean, like everyone would know what to expect from it. I mean, if everyone would be expecting it's a trap, everyone would know what would happen.
Yeah,
like,
you're goddamn right. Everyone would be expecting it's a trap. Everyone would be holding their breath for it's a trap. It's a trap will become one of the most popular moments in theme park history because of an Akbar Star Tours. It's Star Wars. You want to get into it,
but Han Solo would say, "Never tell me the odds." That would become popular too.
But not as popular as It's a Trap, my friend.
It's debatable. Ironically enough.
Like we have 3/4 of the main cast here. I think we'll be fine.
Now I'm just trying to figure out what this mask should look like.
Yeah, well, yeah. Tell us about your mask, Sandy. I'm very curious about your mask. Is it like the killer villain who like kills off all the crew in Han Solo, but then is revealed to be a 16-year-old ginger kid who, you know, is actually for the rebellion and is the good person the whole time, even though she killed off like half the characters were supposed to.
No. It's a
Can you not spoil Solo? Some people haven't seen it yet.
No, Han Solo was wearing a Chewbacca mask.
Oh my God. Oh, and also Chewbacca does die in that train crash, by the way. Totally...
You really gotta let that one go.
Never.
Anyway.
That was fun.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this simple here. All right, okay. Sandy, I felt really let's just say Tiki nailed him with the likeness issue. I think Tiki really nailed him with the likeness issue, and the mask was definitely where I was kind of drawing the line on Sandy having a hope in this round. So Sandy's definitely
red or something. Like, I will honor my fallen son by wearing a mask in his name.
Yeah, I will say this though. Sandy did start.
Anything, it should be Chewbacca wearing a Han mask.
Oh God.
That would just be, well, disturbing. Anyway, so well, again, I want to say this though. Sandy did open strong though. He was opening pretty solid with like a Han. Because I was wondering how he was going to go into this, like, you know, with Han, a very iconic character, and he started good, but of course was taken down every way imaginable. So, all right, Tiki. So Tiki put up an excellent fight. He did, and he really he mixed the attraction, used a lot of knowledge to his even to his advantage again with the whole likeness thing, and the setting kind of weighed a lot of the pros versus the cons. Again, there are very few cons with Akbar. I think it's gonna help him in the round. Though I do feel he got really distracted in the fight. That's something you're gonna want to watch. All right, so you really laid it out on Han more than anyone else there. So K2SO is really let's get to K2SO. So Jacob, K2SO, I thought you had a really strong argument. I really do. I think you could have. I think you really could have almost had this single-handedly, but I just really, I after Tiki made a remark against you, he made the remark about with K2SO, you're stuck in the pre-New Hope territory. I just feel after he said that, you didn't really you didn't really counteract that. You didn't say, well, you just throw the cannon out the window or anything. You kind of let that one sit. You didn't really make a case for K2SO beyond Rogue One. I mean, don't get me wrong, you said this really great remark that almost if you expanded upon it, I think it would have won you the round, to be quite honest. where it's that we give him more of an opportunity to shine. And again, I think he is kind of the logical choice, but I was kind of part of me was rooting for K2SO, but I was as the fight was going on, but I couldn't. In good conscience, I got to give it to Tiki. Tiki had all the points, he had everything as advanced. So again, Tiki.
And I did that while dropping ridiculous fake solo spoilers.
Yes.
All right.
But Jacob, you really almost had it though, so be proud of that.
Alrighty. We all know the true winner of this round was Sandy with his mask argument.
God.
And anyway,
I like the Chewbacca wearing a Han mask more, just to be honest.
Like
okay,
talking about honoring his fallen comrade.
Moving on from Star Wars' version of Silence of the Lambs, let's move on.
You're like tempting drunk Tiki to make a peeling off his face joke. All right, and I don't want to go there.
All right. Okay.
All right, next.
Round 2. Best Han Solo moment. I mean, after all, folks, we're talking. We're talking the eve of the we're past the Solo movie having come out. It's definitely splitting opinions, but it's on everyone's mind at the moment. Hence, half the reason we're doing this, of course, because we love Star Wars and we love the character of Han Solo. So let's see how it measures up. So whether you liked or disliked the new Solo movie, let's talk about a character that we do like, Han Solo, as played by Harrison Ford. So, guys, who has what?
I have the cantina fight scene between Greedo and Han Solo.
I have the "I love you, I know" exchange between Han and Leia in Empire Strikes Back.
That was actually going to be my original choice, but I went with "Never Tell Me the Odds." Not necessarily that, but I went with the entire segments of the asteroid chases in Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, now guys, when you get to your opening statements, also kind of like refresh people on the moments, kind of sell them on it while you're kind of giving the opening statements a little bit of nostalgia, a little pinch of nostalgia, if you will. All right. Are you ready, Sandy?
Yeah. Is it still me, or are we gonna do the randomizer again?
No, it's Sandy.
I'll tell you, we do the randomizer for the whole.
Keep the order for the whole thing. Sandy,
okay.
Tiki, Jacob. All right.
All right. Well, so this is the second scene we've got with Harrison Ford's version of Han Solo in A New Hope. The first, of course, being his exchange between Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker. That scene necessarily didn't really go into detail of how capable Han Solo is really, not only as a character, but also as his ability to basically just be the dashing, escape guy he is. Came out really stupid. But yeah, we get this really cool scene with him and between he and this notorious bounty hunter Greedo, who's working for Jabba the Hutt. We see him cunningly reach for his blaster and shoot Greedo with a single shot as he dodges a bullet all at the same time. This one action of his really defines what his character is. Okay, this without even knowing what happened in the previous scene between Obi-Wan and Luke, you could just show a person this small little clip, not even the whole scene, just this small little clip here of the blasters being shot off, and you know that Han Solo is a badass, and you don't want to get caught in a gunfight with this guy. That's it.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to keep this simple. My moment is the most heroic, most selfless, and most iconic Han Solo moment. Hands down. I mean, we all know it. It's been parodied to death.
Don't you mean Han's down?
Unless you're Lando.
So look, I don't even really need to explain it. It's like Han Solo's about to be put into the carbonite. Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, says she loves him. And then he just very stoically, very triumphantly says, I know.
I know.
It's obviously a great moment of improv on Harrison Ford's part. It just informs the character so well. It tells us everything we need to know about him, everything we need to know about their dynamic. And like I said, it is by far the most selfless thing that Han Solo ever does, is this whole carbonite sequence, kind of tapped out by the I know of it all. So the sacrifice in the carbonite is definitely the heroic thing, whereas the I know is Han Solo still being like, yeah, I'm kind of still a space jerk, but you know you love me for it.
Now he's a space table.
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't really think you can beat I know.
All right, Jacob.
Well, now Han Solo is technically a big space splat. So
That's just in poor taste.
Well, but then he just had a space hole in him. Never mind. All right, move. What incorporates the scenes, Han's scenes of badassery and his dynamic with the rest of the crew? It exemplifies it above the others. His piloting, his asteroid chase scenes in Empire Strikes Back, reaching from where he first leaves, all to when he escapes from the monster in the asteroid, and all the way to Cloud City as well. I mean, I count that. Could that be? I'll count it as one moment for him.
I can't give you the trip to Cloud City, but I can give you look. I'll give you the button of the. I'll give you the worm in the asteroid. All right, that's it.
Okay, it's like I was like talking about like the whole asteroid scenes, like it exemplifies, like you could just show that, and like it shows Han at his finest. Like it shows like how great of a pilot how great of a pilot he is, his dynamics on his own and with the other characters, builds it up, and provides a riveting chase scene through space. And like when he's being chased by both the Millennium Falcon, he can't. Well, he's not being chased by the Millennium Falcon, obviously. That'd be a bit weird. But
this is Boba Fett taking his obsession to a new level. Look at the Slave One now. It looks like the Millennium Falcon. Aren't you jealous, Han? Aren't you jealous now?
why is Boba Fett Australian? I'm just wondering.
Now that there's going to be a Boba Fett movie, now there's a Boba Fett movie, we could actually see that happen. But anyway, like these scenes exemplify Han's tendencies. It's like he's rough around the edges, but it definitely shows his carrying energy down, shows his badassery with his piloting skills in it, and just shows him how great of how he's basically one of the cornerstones of the entire original trilogy, and how basically exemplifies how great of a character he is as a whole, and like how he plays and how it exemplifies Harrison Ford's acting talents and everything. It really builds up, and it really elevates, and it's part of the things that elevate Empire Strikes Back as a whole.
Okay. All right, guys. Fight it out.
All right. Well, I think that we just kind of exemplified exactly why my moment sticks out above the others, is that it is a moment. I feel like the picks that my compatriots here have drawn out for us, they're definitely there's a little bit too much baggage. Like with the asteroid, I just feel like that doesn't define the character. It's just Han Solo doing cool Han Solo stuff. Sandy, yes. I'm sorry to go here, man. I'm sorry to go here, but according to George Lucas, according to the fucking canon of the Star Wars saga, Greedo shot first.
Good. That's what I was playing off of.
Look,
my stuck now, don't I?
Like, my whole thing with the cantina is I honestly kind of like Han Solo's introduction scene a little better than this Greedo scene, because it kind of tells you everything you need to know about him through dialogue. But with this Greedo scene, I've never really liked Greedo. I feel like Greedo's kind of like a dated Star Wars design. We never really see his kind in Star Wars ever again. So I don't know. I guess I'm just racist against Greedo aliens.
Well, no, he was in the prequels, Tiki.
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was. Yeah, he was one of the.
Just trust me, we've seen Greedo's race before. It's, he's been
I know. Anyways, I don't know. I just think that there's so much baggage around the Han shot first, Greedo shot first, that it's just like it kind of dilutes the whole scene for me. And it kind of makes the whole scene into a pissing match between Star Wars fans. And that's just unfortunate, where I feel like the I love you, I know thing is like the one thing, like one of the few things in all of Star Wars, that we as a fandom can agree on, point to, and say, God damn it, that's awesome. They nailed it. It's one of the few completely pure, perfect moments. It's
really
like there's no amount of special edition trickery that's going to change that moment.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't have their headphones in. I'm hearing myself. All right, there we go.
Hear anything?
Okay. No, I was hearing myself through somebody's little speaker. Anyways, yeah, fair point, Tiki. Fair point. I think if what I'm playing off here now is and it's all in seriousness. If I were to show this scene, let's say, to a family member of mine who really none of my family really care about Star Wars or anything like that. So if I were to show them this scene between Han Solo and Greedo and ask them afterwards who they thought this character was, I'm sure I can guarantee that I'll say, yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Like
The only and let's face it, the only reason that the I love you, I know thing works is because of as what you refer to as baggage. It only works because you know the characters.
Exactly, and you don't know
baggage. That you're totally mixing the definitions of baggage there, Jacob. I mean,
let's not mix anything up. Let's not mix anything up here.
What I'm saying is you need the baggage in order for that scene to work. Without that, it just becomes I love you, I know. That's it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work out of context.
Jacob nailed it right in the head, because if you show that scene to someone who hasn't seen the Star Wars movies before, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, it's just some cute little couple saying their I love yous."
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Yes, You're
my
wrong.
scene, my scene between Han Solo and Greedo defines who Han Solo is. Okay.
No.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
No.
And my scene defines like
Han Solo is a cunning badass, and that's exactly what
Jacob,
happens.
Your scene sucks. Your scene is just like, hey, Han Solo's just dicking around on the Millennium Falcon. Never tell me the odds.
It's more than that.
He's a quipper. He's
like
the early equivalent to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, for a moment, Will. Yeah. My moment has more than that. My moment has him with multiple characters. Like he's trying to save them. He's trying to protect them.
Too many characters in your moment. It's not purely a Han Solo moment.
Jacob, you shouldn't need two entire scenes to define who this character is. Okay.
Exactly.
You should need one solid moment, like one solid gunshot to know who this character is and what he's all about.
Or do you need one solid exchange of emotions that completely defines that, yes, Han Solo is a lovable badass, but he's not going to give you the time of day.
But we don't. If I were to show that scene to some random person, they would know he's a badass. They would know because he doesn't have a blaster. Okay, he's just saying "I know" in a solemn manner. That doesn't show anything.
Yeah, no, but the fact that he doesn't say "I love you" too, the fact that he doesn't affirm his love for her, that says it all. That speaks volumes.
That's debatable.
This guy flies solo. That's his deal.
No pun intended.
Oh, pun very much intended, sir.
That's debatable.
What's the point?
The point is that the gunshot exchange between Han Solo and Greedo is much more memorable from Han Solo as a character, as it defines who.
No.
Right,
It's not
maybe it's not more memorable, okay, but this defines who Han Solo is, and I thought that's what this question was all about. This defines Han Solo's character. It might not be some big emotional thing, but this one bullet point thing
wrong, Sandy.
defines who he is. It defines Han Solo's character because Greedo's dead. Han Solo's outwitted him like a badass.
Yeah, and then the only thing that anyone's ever going to be talking about is like, oh, did Han Solo first? Greedo shoot first? Oh, I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter because Han Solo still walked away alive.
In the
Tiki,
prequel film, later, so I guess he did shoot.
R2, where have you gone?
All right, hold it. Jacob, you wanted to say something?
Like, you're really using like weird nomenclature, like fan culture into this. Like, that's not like doesn't really even matter in the terms of context. Like
everything in Star Wars, Jacob. Like, I am fighting a fight.
Not in the context of watching a movie, and it doesn't dilute a moment.
There are literal battle lines for fan culture.
All right. Okay. Boy, oh boy, I hope Tiki brought smaller glasses. Okay. Here we go. So Sandy, let's see. Sandy, I think he had a real upswing this round. I think he turned in a really good fight this time around, and he really held his own against a lot of the things that are being lobbed against him. And yeah, there were some really good things lobbed against him. I want to say that. So I mean, but again, these are things to consider here. Where there is a lot of baggage from the fan culture with baggage being Tiki using baggage in the operative word of there's the whole who shot first thing attached to it, baggage. And let's getting to Tiki for a moment here. Let's see. So with the I know, of course, I think Tiki really hit it on the head of you're gonna kind of slice out a moment of kind of Star Wars, like a moment of Han Solo in Star Wars. I know is super iconic. It's clear cut. It's very beloved. You don't have to worry about kind of like a lot of speculation about the whole who did what first, all of that. But Jacob was really sneaking in this round. That's the amazing thing. Jacob did a really strategic thing, but a strategic thing I don't think has really gone his way though. In that Jacob has a really pivotal moment in each argument here where he pointed out you need context for I know, which I think really hurt Tiki's argument. So Jacob kind of snuck in there, kind of gave him like a poisonous venom punch, if you will. And I think that kind of slowly crippled Tiki's argument there. Because yes, I know is a great moment, but you do kind of need context to fully appreciate it. And then everyone kind of bagged on Jacob for, it's the interaction. It's a bunch of it's a great culmination of great Han Solo bits. I think Jacob started off the round really good, and I think he had a really well laid argument. But at the end of the day, folks, I'm gonna have to go with what the question is, and the question very simply is best Han Solo moment. And I think again, I'm surprised by this, and Jacob really helped this along, so it kind of worked against his favor. But again, kudos for his strategy, I guess. I'm gonna give the point to Sandy. Amazing.
Yeah, I can respect that.
That's the thing, because basically. Sandy kind of won. I was kind of won over by the fact that it's like a single moment that summarizes that character, and it's it's kind of if you showed this to a stranger, it'd be everything they need to know about the guy. So I'm giving it to Sandy.
All right.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Good fight.
Okay. All right. Round 3.
That got really intense.
It really did, yeah.
Again, Tiki, smaller glasses, please.
I'm halfway
Nothing
done
personal,
with Dragon. I'm halfway done with my supply, so let that be a warning.
Nothing personal, guys. Nothing personal.
Right.
Of course not.
All right, let's see. You guys ready for round 3?
Yep.
Okay. Folks, what is the most mythic moment in all of Star Wars? Now, folks, I'm looking for here is I'm thinking like Joseph. In the creation of Star Wars, George Lucas, he studied the works of Joseph Campbell, and I believe Joseph Campbell said, George Lucas was the best student that he ever had. Really, really inspiring stuff. That in itself is kind of a mythic story. And for those who don't know, Joseph Campbell, he's the guy who kind of wrote kind of the book quite literally on mythology and basically on mythology and kind of looking for kind of the archetypal stories of heroes in fiction. That's really what Joseph Campbell is very famous for. So I thought let's do that for a question here. If Star Wars is our new mythology to an extent, superheroes, Star Wars, like we look to film, we look to pop culture a lot of the time as kind of our new mythology for storytelling, as the old biblical stuff was. So basically, I'm looking for the big standout mythic moments. That's for you and for the folks who don't know what I'm looking for with mythic, like a big, like the tomes of Star Wars. And you think Star Wars, you're gonna think like a big important moment from the entire franchise up to this point. So that's what we're looking for here. So who has what? What are your mythic moments, gentlemen?
Mine would be Vader being unmasked for the first time.
Just to clarify, that's from Return of the Jedi, right? You mean when Luke unmasked him?
Okay, no. I'm talking about from Attack of the Clones.
What?
Of course, it's from the Return of the Jedi. That's the only time.
I'm saying because technically we saw the back of his head in Empire. I want to clarify.
Oh no, I mean, it's Return of the Jedi. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Return of the Jedi.
Mr. Wise guy. Okay.
All right, and I have Yoda burning the ancient Jedi tree and the Jedi text along with it, with Luke in The Last Jedi, and also suck it, Star Wars haters, because The Last Jedi has 2 of the 3 picks on here. Ha.
All right.
And I win with Luke versus Kylo Ren from The Last Jedi.
All right. Sandy.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Opening statement. I feel this is a really powerful scene in the Star Wars saga because this is something we've been waiting for. All right, if you haven't seen the movies, you're watching A New Hope through Return of the Jedi. You've been waiting all this time for Vader. You want to know what he looks like. All right. The music is slow. Luke slowly pulls off his mask, revealing probably the most unconventional of figures we'd be expecting from a big burly man like Vader. Okay, this is like the original, or one of the original completely mythic moments from the original Star Wars series. Okay, this is Vader. We're getting our first look at what he looks like. Not only that, but this is Vader fully converting himself back to the light side. Okay, it's 2 mythic moments in one, really. Okay, because this is, like I said, and I don't mean to ramble here, but we're getting Vader unmasked for the first time ever, and the only time ever that we actually see his face, and then we're getting him converting himself to the light side, and that it just speaks volumes right there.
All right.
Okay. So my moment is like a definitive Star Wars poster moment, honestly. Just the whole imagery of Yoda, like Ghost Yoda and Luke watching that tree burn. What I love about it is that it says everything without dialogue. It says like we need to let the past die with us. Like this is kind of Yoda's answer to Kylo and to Rey. Like, all right, if they think that the Jedi Order is done for, then let it be. Like, let's just see how this thing plays out. We are in a different game now. We're transitioning. That's why I love the Last Jedi so much, is that the Last Jedi was not afraid to take risks. It was not afraid to shake up the Star Wars lore in big, bold directions. And I feel like Yoda burning those sacred Jedi texts is the ultimate symbol of that. And so for that reason, while I feel like The Last Jedi might be the most mythic Star Wars movie of them all, this is the most mythic moment in the most mythic movie. And God damn it, I want that poster.
All right.
Seriously, that would
Actually
make
have a... Yeah, it would actually. Okay, my moment. My moment is actually quite... Again, it's just a moment. In order so you don't split hairs last time, it actually is a moment and not a string of ones, as you guys probably brought up last time. So you guys will be happy about that. But we all know Han's best moment was in this movie. Right? Just kidding. Sorry.
Yes, Dice.
moving
That,
on.
that was his best
But-
moment. Dice.
All right,
going
but
on here?
moving on. What?
Oh, I just wanted. I came back and there was a random conversation about Han Solo going on. I was wondering what was happening.
Glad to know you're with us, Sandy. Glad to know you're with
I was
us.
saying
All
we
right,
all know
Jacob.
his best. All right, I was just saying we all know his best moment was in The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, of course.
But okay, going on. Like I picked this. I actually I love this moment because it actually exemplifies what exemplifies another very mythic element. Is like it's like Luke rediscovers this old hero who's lost his way, finding his own way again, and reigniting the spark to take down the First Order. And what better way to do that than to fight in an epic clash between teacher and student, the one that he failed. He knows he failed, and he's owning up to his mistakes. It's the culmination of the hero's journey deconstruction that this movie works on for Luke Skywalker. It's a great moment in many ways because it exemplifies Luke's arc through not just through this movie, but through the entire franchise as a whole. He brings his whole myth of Luke Skywalker to a satisfying end. Like, because at the end, after he he basically won the battle by doing nothing. Like, by doing nothing there, but by doing that, he did everything. Yeah, he gave the universe hope, like reigniting everything that the franchise needed, ending on a high note, and at the end, he became watching the binary sunset. He became one with the Force again. It's like reigniting going back to how he started and what made him set up to be a hero to begin with, ending his journey. And hero journey sure is an old trope and an old worn out device, but for Luke Skywalker, it's actually worked out well. And it's both the deconstruction of how it works, and it's like a fresh take on it as a whole. Like bring his character arc to a satisfying conclusion, and bringing his myth to a close.
All right.
All right, guys, let's take this one to the death again, metaphorically, you understand. Go on, what do you got?
No,
Ironically enough, all our moments involve actually death in some way.
True. Well, okay, well, the middle one's not.
I'm going to personally fly to each and every one of your houses and kill you if I lose this question. So this is a matter of life and death here. So just
You can try.
Right?
Fly to Dragon's house. He's making the decision.
Right.
And again, you can try.
We know some things, Dragon. We know.
Sandy, your moment sucks. You know why? Because your moment is not mythic. It's a deconstruction of mythicism. Your moment is kind of stripping away the mythic qualities of Vader until he's just a man. And while that's a very admirable, and you really, I give you props, Sandy. You laid out your points very well. To me, that's not my definition of mythic. To me, that's kind of almost Star Wars in a way, kind of deconstructing what it is to be a mythic figure, which in its own way is very interesting. I just don't think it has the let's slap this on a poster quality that my moment does. And I think the problem with Jacob's moment is that it is something that divided the fan base. And I'll admit, like when I first saw it, I didn't know exactly what was happening. It's an unconventional take on a classic good versus evil fight. And there are going to be people that are kind of based on that, especially the fact that it's not a conventional lightsaber. And yes, it is a very epic kind of, use of the Force. But at the same time, it's not really clear cut. Like you really have to watch the movie a couple times to really understand what's going on. And for that reason, I just don't think it's as photogenic as my moment. With my moment, it is just that one singular moment, that one, the lightning striking the tree, the music swelling up, Yoda laughing, That's all you need. That's Star Wars to me. That's Star Wars, and Star Wars going in a bold new direction with its mythology.
Fair point. But no. That's just the answer is no.
Like,
Okay,
no, you.
Sandy. Wow, whatever shall I do with that epic rebuttal?
Mine. Mine is better.
Well,
Mine's better.
I think the word we're looking for here is because.
Because let me just clear my throat for this intense explanation of. Well, I'll explain it to you, Tiki.
Go for it.
Your moment. Okay, this with Vader. Okay, with Vader, this is something with the entire series from New Hope on to the end of Return of the Jedi has been leading on to. Okay, this is something everybody wants to know. Okay, nobody wanted to see. Nobody was anticipating Yoda to burn these novels.
and technically,
But people
And
were
technically-
anticipating wanting to bring an end to the Jedi Order. That is one of the things that the trailers hinged on. That's one of the things that's a speculation around the title hinged on. And I feel like this moment is very much the poster image of what the Last Jedi means. It's
and I
let's
know
put this to the ground
I
and
know that-
start over, start anew. Let's start some new traditions.
and I know that doesn't really help anything, but technically, the book's already out of the tree by the time he burned it.
Yeah, I know, Jacob. I know. All right, Mr. Semantics. I get it. It's the imagery. All
To be
right?
fair, this
Okay.
is all about semantics, though, so he has to be Mr. Semantics.
No,
Tiki's saying does not make sense logically because how could a ghost burn down a tree?
because he has, like,
Okay, maybe not that semantical. Okay, let's not get too
It's
crazy.
not scientifically accurate.
he has force lightning, Ezra.
But
Are we
how can
talking-
but how can an object that does not exist have produce an
You know what force ghosts are, right? They're
Yes.
literally beings conjured up entirely by the force.
How could a person survive in a suit like that? I mean, he fell in lava for God's sake. I mean, how would anyone survive after that? If we're talking about realism, there.
Jake, what's going on with your microphone? Because that just like
It kind of does that now and again.
Yeah.
there's
can people hearing this like other people listening can I hope they can hear Jake what's going on with Jacob's microphone so I'm
Yes,
not just
it's Jacob's booming voice of God.
Okay, anyway, so Jacob, you were saying.
You're
Yeah,
all
am
wrong
I
and you
fine
should
now?
feel bad.
I'm sorry, are you Jacob? All right, Jacob, what do you
Can
got?
you guys hear me fine?
Now we can hear you now.
Okay, like I said, mine just my moment is a culmination of a lot of things. Like, and as you said so yourself, Siki, screw the haters of this. Like, it doesn't matter if it divided the fan base or not. I mean, you yourself said that it doesn't matter if it's divisive or not. It's still it defines it. It's still a mythic moment in the mythic movie,
Yeah, but
as
I
you
feel
described.
like is one of the few moments in The Last Jedi where everyone was on board with it. Everyone saw the Luke and Yoda stuff, and they were really 100% sold on it. Like, even people who hate The Last Jedi say that this moment is right up their alley. Whereas, like I said, with your moment, even though I am someone who vehemently loves The Last Jedi, I was not fully on board with it, and I still don't really know if I would have preferred a proper lightsaber duel or not. I get what Ryan was going for, but it was maybe one of the moments in The Last Jedi was perhaps a little too bold. Also, Jacob, I feel like you should lose points by not mentioning the twin sons of it all in your moment. I'm gonna go.
I did.
He did, Tiki. He did mention the twin sons.
Oh, he did. Oh, I'm sorry.
I bet.
Sorry.
You know, binary sunset.
Yeah, that's right. You said binary sunset. I was looking for twin. I'm sorry. My bad.
Basically, other than the theme, one of the most iconic scores in the history of Star Wars.
Okay. I feel like that set my argument back. I'm sorry. I should have been paying closer attention. My bad.
Like you said, his adventure began with it and it ended with it. Like his myth, like this movie is all about the myth of Luke Skywalker, and this is the culmination of that myth. Like
Yep.
it's like it doesn't honestly don't matter if was an actual lightsaber duel. What matters like it's a moment. Like, and while I was there, like, and if we're gonna bring fans into this, while I was there in the theater, everybody in that scene when it was revealed what Luke really did, everybody cheered. Like everybody was clapping and applauding at it. Like everybody was like, "Yes, that's totally something Luke would do." Like that's awesome. Like everybody thought it was like one of the most awesome moments in the entire film. Like it proved to be like I said, it sets the groundwork. It both culminates Luke's entire journey and sets things up perfectly for Episode 9 to carry things forward.
Well, I also feel like they really shouldn't have killed Luke in Episode 8. I feel like that was a mistake, and that kind of hurts your moment in general. Because
Luke can still come back as a ghost in Episode 9. Remember Force Ghost, Tiki? They're beings made of the Force.
Okay, yeah, but Force Ghosts can only come back for like these brief chunks. That's why you don't see them running around all the time.
The effects are expensive.
That doesn't really change anything. Tiki, that really doesn't change any argument. Like doesn't really change the fact that it's still a mythic moment.
My moment's the best. My moment is superior to all of yours.
My moment is
tree. All right, trees
are
the ancient living things on the fucking planet.
All right, okay. I think we're.
My moment is the best times of any take backs.
All right. Okay, let's see. This is a toss up here. This one really is. So
I'll set up well, Dragon. Your life depends on it.
No, it doesn't. So,
we know which planet you live on now.
Well,
he knows where you live.
All right. So let's see. So I honestly, choice-wise, I really loved the Vader mask. I really loved that choice, and I just feel Sandy really didn't mind as much as he could have from that. Because I mean, he just kind of he went a little, as Sandy has a tendency to do, he kind of went silly with it halfway through on that. And here's the thing: I think if he had mined the very obvious, I'm not saying I'm doing this just because he didn't use this one. I'm just saying as an example of some stuff he really could have mined from this, like the whole son becomes the father parable. Again, you could have used like all of that, like it's Luke kind of saving himself and saving his father. I don't know, it's a whole number of things he could have done with it. So again, Sandy's isn't no brownie points for Tiki this for Sandy this round. All right, let's get to Tiki. That's why I was trying to transition. Okay, so let's get the Tiki here. So Tiki, again, he had really solid footing this round. However, again, when he was trying to take specific pokes at Jacob, he's kind of getting a little wobbly.
That was bad.
However, again, Tiki has a really strong choice. I will say that again. I think he lingered on the poster image thing too much, though. It's really just like poster. He's not wrong. I'm just saying lingered on a little too much.
I don't think the image I chose. I think the image I chose for mine would actually make a good poster too.
I mean, honestly, we have 3 good poster images in my opinion. I mean, again, of course, the other thing I would have loved it. I knew Sandy wasn't going to bring this up, but I would have loved it just because I love the story behind this. The whole David Prowse story behind the unmasking of Vader. But again, that wouldn't have helped him or hindered. It just would have been cool to hear. But let's see. So let's get to Jacob for a bit here. So Jacob had kind of probably the meatiest of the choices here because there's a lot to go from there. Again, the legacy of Luke Skywalker. It's really a toss up. This is where the toss up really is, folks. It's between kind of the image and kind of the basically an image that is in tune with the theme of the movie, with kind of the tree, versus a thematically and story-wise kind of closing the loop for all of Star Wars. I'm kind of looking for it's between kind of a perfect singular image for a movie versus kind of a perfect character arc in a way. And I will say that I think at the end of the day, folks, it's really close. I want to say it makes clear. It's very, very close between these two. But I think at the end of the day, Tiki had some good points about, how it divides. It did kind of divide the fandom, and there was a very valid argument for why Luke wasn't there. And again, it's by an inch, honest. I swear to God, by an inch. I'm going to give the point to Tiki by an inch. Okay.
Coin.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. The Cantina coin. So as Jura, it's up to you. So, Sandy, well, you gotta start with Sandy first. Sandy, do you want to use the coin?
Yeah,
Let
1
me
point.
think. This is Han Solo's lucky coin. So, what does the coin do again?
If
It gives you a point.
If you get heads, you get a point. If you get tails, you lose a point.
Oh. Well, Tiki, are you going to use
mind
the
you already have one.
Are you going to use the coin, Tiki?
well, you can ask him that. You have to see.
Answer, Sandy. That's that'd be like giving away my cards at poker.
You said tails, I lose a point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's use the coin.
Flipping the coin.
Oh, look at that.
All right, so Sandy has 2 points. So Tiki, it's up to you. Do you want to risk a point or gain a point?
No, I think I'm comfortable right where I'm at.
You better use it, Tiki. I think you better use it.
He could get ahead of you, you know.
That was good. That was good.
Good. And wait, that means right there that Jacob, like, he can only get 1 point, and Sandy and I both have 2. So
Yeah.
Jacob, you want to flip it for shits and giggles?
I mean, I can if I get heads, I'll have 1 point. But I mean, if I won't lose, I'll lose a point. If I won't lose, I can't lose anything. So why not?
Yeah, you got nothing to lose.
Oh, as far as you know.
You can die honorably. Just like in the Zarlak. Oh, look at that.
Okay, so Jacob has 1 point on the board. All right. Okay, doesn't mean anything, but all right.
So that means I won't be. So that means I guess I won't be on the speed round then.
He's got a delightful consolation prize, though. He gets to sit next to me.
God.
Yes.
All right.
So Dragon, remind me, how many speed round questions?
3.
Isn't it just? Wait, 3 speed round questions. Yeah, 3 speed round questions that are 30-second opening statement and 15-second rebuttal, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's on the money. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Got oodles of speed round questions here. Let's get a pick. All right. Okay. In light of the wonderful news we had revealed to us recently, that, as far as I can tell, is official about James Mangold directing the Boba Fett movie, which has me very excited. It's got me thinking about directors of anthology Star Wars films to come. So, gentlemen, who should direct an Obi-Wan solo film?
Obi-Wan solo film?
Okay, it's an Obi-Wan anthology movie, all right? Just no Han Solo. Well, you know what I mean?
not Han Solo. Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? It's not like a buddy movie. Just it's Obi-Wan's movie.
Okay, good.
It basically be Obi-Wan, a Star Wars story,
Exactly.
or Kenobi, a Star Wars story, whatever.
Exactly. Who should direct?
I said Danny Boyle.
Okay. Tiki's got Danny Boyle. Oh, Danny Boy. Oh, okay.
A lot of directors.
I want to be edgy, but not too edgy.
Go with someone you can make a strong argument for.
Yeah, I know. I really don't keep myself up to date on directors. Really, I really don't at all.
Well, it's not like they're important or anything.
Steven Spielberg's the only one that comes to mind, so I'm just gonna say that. That's
All right. Spielberg. Okay.
Can I actually throw in like my 2 cents?
Okay, who do you got? Who would you recommend, Jacob?
I mean, this probably wouldn't have been my go-to. The one thought I had was Guy Ritchie.
It's interesting. I like that.
Okay.
How about Guy Fieri?
Well, it's too late for that now.
Flavor Town.
Yes, Sandy, that guy would make the ultimate Star Wars director.
All right, so, Tiki, whenever you.
Obi-Wan's dinner, a Star Wars story.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah, Danny Boyle is the perfect director for this because Danny Boyle he's like unconventional, but he's just conventional enough to play in the Hollywood framework of things. And I feel like his movies have a real propulsive energy about them and a real kind of drive to them. And that's perfect for Star Wars. And his movies also kind of span multi-generations, which is perfect for Kenobi. Most importantly, he has a loving and really, really powerful working relationship with Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor's one of his star boys. It'd be perfect.
Steven Spielberg is a man of few words, but also a man of many visuals. He knows how to handle his properties, even though most of them are not original, which would make him the perfect candidate for this Obi-Wan movie. He really knows how to work with his properties well. He knows how to make a good movie out of source material that, for better or worse, sucks. But yeah, it's pretty much him.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I think Spielberg is like very much the safe choice, but Spielberg sucks at blockbusters nowadays. I mean, we saw how Ready Player One performed. I mean, it was a decent movie, but I just don't think anyone has the faith in Spielberg to do this anymore. And I feel like Danny Boyle, like you said, he's the fresh new talent in the room.
I should have picked Benicio del Toro. Dang it. Well, Spielberg's big comeback is going to be with Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Star Wars story. I think I lost this.
I like how you use his full name. It's not Kenobi, a Star Wars story. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Star Wars story.
Dragon, was that really you laughing that hard into the microphone?
I don't know. Maybe.
I've never heard you laugh that hard.
I don't think we. I don't think we even need to debilitate on this one.
Probably not.
I mean, let's not just throw in the towel. I mean, come on. So, all right. So Danny Boyle, I'm hearing he's got the energy, and I think he's definitely has some. Sorry, Jacob, you sure you don't want to weigh it all on this?
Come on, Jacob. Throw in a chalk for your old pal here.
But I think if we're gonna be serious here, I think Tiki laid down a bit more of a. I mean, Sandy did have some good points about Spielberg being able to work with some good source materials, but I honestly think that Tiki laid more how practical he would be, and this point was never brought up. Spielberg himself admitted that he would never work with Star Wars, considering it was with George Lucas himself. It was his friend's work, and he would never step into that.
Yeah, I'd agree with Jacob here. I'm going to give the point to Tiki because honestly, with Sandy, he started off with an interesting point about Spielberg. Of course, Spielberg's always a good option. Of course, with that practicality, notwithstanding, Spielberg's a good choice. But by the same token, I really didn't hear anything beyond the Spielberg kind of not doing so good at blockbusters these days. Just it'll be his comeback, and then just a lot of regret I heard after that. So.
All right.
So yes, Tiki gets the point right now. It is 3-2. We got two more little speed round questions.
Now, if I get this one, then that means I win, right?
Not. Let's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it means if you. Okay, so it's all on if Tiki gets the next one. Then. All right. Okay, let's see. I got a lot of time. Okay, do you guys want an or question like a this or that question, or do you just want you want a softball?
Doesn't matter. Why don't you randomize it?
I'd be down for this or that.
Let's just go with this or that. All right. Okay, so you remember, guys, it's kind of a quick drill here. You're gonna hear like a this or a that. You gotta, just listen after you hear the second thing. That's like whoever has the quick drill on this. All right. All right. Who's the better character? Lando Calrissian or Chewbacca?
Chewbacca.
Waka.
Sandy got Chewbacca first.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
All right, so okay, Sandy's got Chewie, but he's going first, and Tiki's got Lando. The cool side of the pillow.
Hey, let me know when to start.
Chewbacca is just he's a great guy. Okay, he has no English dialogue in the entire Star Wars saga, but he doesn't need that. Okay, he doesn't need English dialogue to communicate how good a character he is. Chewbacca is your friend. He will always be your friend. Okay, he is Han Solo's best friend and co-pilot. Chewbacca shows so much emotion through his animatronic face and Wookiee roars that it tugs at your heartstrings, and you know this guy's amazing.
Okay, Lando is a man of few words, but my God, is he a deep and compelling and complicated character. Like, this is a guy who betrayed his people, but at the same time, you feel for him. You feel the humanity on him. He's a guy with so many layers to him. He's a guy who kind of puts Han Solo to shame when it comes to kind of the moral ambiguity that he possesses. And also, thanks to Solo: A Star Wars Story, he's a very, very, very progressive man, and he's got a great sense of style to him. He's charismatic throughout the decades. He's just a...
If you want a great character, you should try to get as little as you can out of him while also getting as much as you can out of him. Chewbacca embodies those two things probably better than any other character I can think of off the top of my head. Chewbacca, he's a Wookiee of few roars, okay? Oh shoot, it's only 15 seconds, okay.
I mean, Lando is kind of like the smooth, suave talker in the room, and he's got a lot of a lot of different things going on with him. Whereas Chewie's like one note, right? Like he's the lovable teddy bear. He's the comedic relief. Lando is so much more complicated than that.
Time.
Lando's got the really great.
I didn't start it when Tiki started, so yeah, got a few extra seconds.
Sorry.
But time to deliberate.
Okay, Jacob, how you feeling about this round?
I believe
it's over?
I mean, oh yeah. Sandy raised a lot of good arguments for Chewbacca, as did Tiki for Lando. I will. Though Sandy raised more points for Chewbacca than Tiki did for Lando. I will say that Tiki labeled more shots against Chewbacca than Sandy did for Lando.
To be honest, I thought we had another 30 seconds.
No.
Sorry, I guess that was before we changed. Okay.
You know, we did a round before this one, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I echo a lot of Jacob's sentiments on this. And I really didn't hear anything against Lando, but I heard a number of good qualities for Chewbacca, and some good qualities. By the same token, I'm just trying to see if there's anything I'm really overlooking here.
One thing that sells me for Chewbacca's argument is that get the most out of him while seeing the little out of him.
I know that's what's kind of selling me on Chewie a little bit here.
I had stuff to say about Lando, but I never got a chance to. I'm sorry.
I got some sloppy strategy on Sandy this round. That's really kind of turned me off to him. But
Dragon, if you want to get to the other podcast, we have a time issue, and ending it now would be great.
Okay, first of all, that's unfair. That's a despicable move you just pulled there.
I'm just saying.
Now I have to argue that's not. I'm sorry?
I think that's extortion, Tiki.
Okay, just because of that, Jacob, you have to call. I can't call the round now, Jacob. You have to make sure it's fair. Go on.
Oh, come on. Darn it.
That puts a lot of pressure on me. Come on.
No, it's Tiki's fault, Jacob. You have to call it. It's your call.
No, give it
Fine.
to Sandy. That was an unfair move on my end. Give it to Sandy, and I'll feel better.
All right, we'll give it to Sandy. It's tied. Okay, just next point wins. All right, next point wins.
Next point wins. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Okay, here's okay, here we go. Simple one. Best ship / vehicle, can be ship or vehicle, outside of the Millennium Falcon.
The Slave One.
All right.
Sandspeeder.
Okay. You mean from Tatooine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have either chosen the Star Destroyer or the Death Star.
I would have considered the AT-AT, but yeah, sure.
Okay, here's the thing, Jacob. I'm ready. So,
Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay. So here's the thing about
Start
the
over.
one that separates it from everything else. I love that the Slave One has such a personality to it. I love how devoted Boba Fett is to that ship. Boba Fett is so devoted to that ship that he's decked out the entire aesthetic of the ship to fit his armor. That to me makes Slave One the ultimate kind of counterpoint to Millennium Falcon. And Slave One is the only one of these two choices to actually have a name. Like you don't name your Sandspeeder, but Boba Fett definitely named the Slave One.
The Sandspeeder is just it's complex in its own right. It speeds so gracefully. No, the Sandspeeder is just it's its own little thing there. It doesn't need any complex features or characteristics to be totally cool, and it is all in its own right because it's so fast.
The thing that makes Star Wars vehicles what they are is how you can characterize them. And you cannot do that with a typical Sandspeeder. You just can't. But with Slave One, it's got such a personality to it. The name itself, just the name that Boba Fett gives his ship, speaks volumes.
For all the marbles.
The Sandspeeder was willing to sacrifice itself so Luke and Obi-Wan could go on their adventure. That is one heck of a character arc if I ever saw one. All right, he sacrificed himself probably for scrap. Okay, that's what this guy had to go through.
Oh man.
Okay, this one's pretty clear cut. Tiki wins. All right.
Woo!
Yay.
Tiki, I did that for you, so you'd win, and you could just move on to your other podcast.
I'm sorry, Ezra. I didn't need.
So in other words, Tiki wins by forfeit.
Yeah. I also did it because I'm feeling very ill, and my throat's getting sore.
Rest.
Good. Yeah, that's fun, guys.
All right.
Yeah. Good game.
All right, folks. I think we learned a little something about some Star Wars here. We had some fun. We had some laughs. We had some. More importantly, we had space laughs. Because I mean, come on, everyone loves some space laughs.
And for once, until I say just now, nobody once brought up. So you like Star Wars?
So you like Star Wars?
Look, a peach.